Let me give you the number. Let me give you the number. 0203-289-6504 if you want to interact with us live here in the studio. And also on the WhatsApps, on the messaging, you can do that on the usual number, which is 079-47479-219. Okay, so if you want to interact with us on there as well. Don't feel shy. No questions, no subject off the board. Okay, you can come and talk straight to it. Okay, so as I say, we're live on the Facebook, and we're live on the YouTube as well on the Blacknificent Radio Show. Okay. Anyway, so here we are. Here we are. Right. We're in what's it now? The 16th of the third, 2023. They are initiating a division. All they're doing, all what is happening is that they are formulating a government around what they see, or the members of the parliament are seeing as what they are in their system. How can they preserve their wealth by utilizing the resources which they have, which are the people, right? How can we utilize our resources to increase so that we don't lose any of our wealth and maintain our growth? In other words, the vision. And then the other end of the stick is, wait a minute, we can't even survive. We are so destitute that we are even struggling to even figure how we're going to even eat for the day. And then you have those who are struggling to keep up, those who have fallen out and literally just said, you know what, enough is enough. And then there are those who know exactly what's going on, know exactly what is going on. See, we come from all different angles. We come from all different angles. We have all different understandings. We all playing our part or doing our part as we see fit. Here on the Blacknificent Show, it is all about you. This is all about you. Outside influences, yes, they do take a part in your life. But what we do here, we try to separate that which is, and we take it to the insular so that we are taking this period of time here on the Blacknificent Show to really focus on me, or I as an individual. And as I state, life is life. We are part of that, whether we want to be, by removing ourselves from the visibility of like the mediums, you know. Oh, I don't want to be on video. Oh, I'm not doing online banking. You know, slowly, steadily, and generationally, they are slowly emitting you from the existence because they're playing the long game. If you go shopping, right, there'll be those who want to pay by cash. There were those who will pay by contact with their cards. And then there are those who will pay by touching their mobile device. There are also those who have them implanted within their skin So therefore, they are continuously connected to a service of some kind. Yes, yes, people have done that. They have done that. And in some cases, they are also making it that if you do not follow one of those protocols, you cannot receive their service. You cannot receive going to a restaurant. You can't receive going to like a cinema. You cannot use their transportation system. You cannot travel on their international way of traveling aircrafts if you don't use that protocol. If you don't use and be one of those persons who are scanned when you come through the airport and take their retinal identification, i.e., they scan your eyeball, right? Because just like the fingerprint, the eyeball has its own unique features, right? If you don't do that, then you will be refused entrance. Yes, there may be ways around it. There may be ways around it, but that is what is being offered in general. It's like the vaccine. How many of us did that affect? Or how many of you did that affect? Right? I know it impacted me personally, right? Because I haven't taken the vaccine. I have no intentions of taking that vaccine, right? Mainly because there's no background to the side effects, and one of the big red flags about it for me, and I'm very glad that they exposed it very early on, that if there's anything that happens as a side effect, they are not viable for prosecution. They will not take responsibility. On that alone, there should have been a mass and national refusal to take that vaccine. And yet they're still pushing out that propaganda. They're still pushing out that propaganda. Because what? That's one of their ace cards in their back pocket. That is one of the ace cards in their back pocket. And even now, they would prefer to tell you about the economical stress that people are going through in preference to telling you and educating you through their mediums on how to rejuvenate, how to bolster your immune system, how to live an active life so that you could enjoy a better quality of life than what you possibly were previously or prior to the global warfare, what they imposed upon the whole world. And yet still nobody has been identified as the propagator of that attack upon us. And yes, they will prefer weapons of mass destruction over saving lives. They will prefer to invest a big lump of monies into mass destruction in preference to saving lives. Don't dismiss the conversation. Do not dismiss the evidence. Do not dismiss their actions. And also, do not take it on to the extent of that you are the one who's going to be suffering. Do not take that on. Because remember, even though, yes, they are utilizing your time and your personal resources to go through their restructuring of their systems, which is not going to benefit you at all. So basically, you're paying for your own enslavement. You're paying for the lack of food, lack of service. Yeah, you're contributing to that. You are. And the reason why you are, because you are every month, in every way, as you earn, you give them a percentage. As you save, you give them a percentage. When you die, you give them even a bigger percentage. Yes, just like in the slave systems, they are being recompensed and what's the word I'm looking for now? Yes, they are being I think that the word has slipped me. The word has slipped me right now. The word has slipped me. But anyhow, even if you die, they have an insurance on you. Every life or birth certificate is part of their insurance policy so that they, the government, receives a payment. Why do you think that they were just ready to just kill off people so? Huh? And I remember the money that they said, let me hold on to that for you. To give it back to you in a form of little by little. We'll give it back to you. Right? Let me just hold on to that for you for a little while. Right? It's only because you know we can't trust you to look after yourself in that way there. Right? And then they use that to invest in weapons of mass destruction, chemicals of mass destruction. So that basically, when you're dead before that time, they just hold on to that. Not that it's passed on to your family. They just hold on to it. And they say, well, you know, that's how life is. That's the rules of the game. That's the rules of the game. So how many of you have actually taken action in your own wages to say, you know something? No, thank you. I'll do it myself. I take the responsibility and do that for myself. How many of you done that? How many of you done that? You see, it's just a thought. It's just a thought. Just a thought. You see, over the years, we have been here, and we actually know what we are seeing, but we can't believe that these ill-moralistic type of organizations called the government would actually do that to people with their inhumane attitude and acts towards the people. Inhumane. The fact that it's blatant facts that people are struggling mainly because of the cost of living, that they can't even afford to live in a form of decency or comfort in their own homes. So what they're doing is that they're saying, Well, that's not our responsibility. That's your responsibility. So deal with it. Go and deal with that. Go and deal with it. That's your responsibility. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. But here on the Galaxy 3, we carve out this space here, the Blacknificent Show, to strengthen us. We take this space to strengthen us. We take this space so that we can actually look at the world, see it for what it is, and take moves and position ourselves so that we are the ones who are going to be the ones who will outlive, out exist, thrive, thrive to the extent that they are thinking that these people are superhuman. Yes, yes. Our strength, our integrity is way beyond their perception of who and what I am or what they are. We are super, super human because that's what we put as our standard. Super achievement. Super achievement. Always, always think of who you are in the midst of all of this, what is going on. Who you are in the midst of all of this, which what is going on. We cannot just stand aside and allow the workings of a corrupt system who feels that genocidal destruction is the norm. We cannot be just standing aside and seeing the evidence of how they have allowed, and I'm going to say it, how they have allowed certain behavior by certain corrupt individuals on their side of their fence, because they always put up a defense for these people because they will throw millions, billions of our resources, that we work for, and then we contribute to their system. They throw billions into saying, you, we'll help you, fix you, we'll support you in doing what you're doing. We'll support you. As long as we can have some kind of profit out of it. If we are getting something out of it, then you can have something out of it. Nah. Nah. Just be mindful of where you stand and who you're actually standing for. Right? Actions of the past we were called upon because slowly and steadily we were realizing how many of us were being treated throughout the world, how many of us were being treated. Then it immobilized us to take action on a local level, right? Because you listen, there's been many a society that has shown to us that even if you are darker skin than what they deem as they are the authoritative, right? That if you are darker skin, they would actually separate you from their society. They would separate you from their society. What comes to my mind, right, is Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic, right? On the same landmass as Haiti. On the same landmass as Haiti, right? And yet they would look at them just like the Ukrainians look at the black people as if they are scum. They would attack them blatantly in the street. They are racially abusive to them. They wish them death. Wish all dark-skinned people death. Dominican Republic. Yeah, black on black. Well, blackish on black crime. Yeah, yeah. That's how they are. That's how they look at us. Right? Let alone the Arab and the sub-Saharan Africans, considering it's on the same landmass again. It's on the same land mass again. If you want to get tough about something, get tough about that. Right? Get tough about that. Don't come and cry, oh, the Arabs are this, the Arabs are that. If you want to get tough about something, get tough about that. Yeah? This is why every embassy around the world should be under siege right now by every African. Was it the family first? Was it touch one, touch all? Every one of their governmental representations, their businesses should be under siege right now. Yeah, they should be under siege right now. Simple as that. Yeah? Type of rubbish is that? Be sure that they're the ones who are not. They are not going to be the ones who's going to put us under. But we highlight them, we see them. And if it takes it, we will defend ourselves as well. And let's have the capabilities of doing that as well. Let's have the capabilities of doing that. As I say, we're not dismissing the fact that these things happen. But here on the Blacknificent Show, we are preparing ourselves so that we shine well above and outshine any of them, any place, any time. We could just be there in silence, just standing in the room. We can just stand there in the room in quietness, emitting our energies of connectivity. We could just stand there. And yet, when it comes to those who will come and those who do not, and they feel nervous around us, there's a reason why they feel nervous around us. There's a reason why there's a person that will keep looking, probably out of curiosity, but our presence alone gives a vibration. Yes, it's a living. We are living organisms of energy. That's what we do here on the Blacknificent Show. Clear the pathways of our energies, make our connections so pure and invigorating that when there's 2 or 3 or 4, the whole place immediately lights up. Even the basic form of electricity changes its composition, changes its polarity. This is why some of our electronic devices doesn't work when the energy is so strong. Yes, it changes its composition. Yeah? You know how many devices that's happened around me, like computers just shut down, electronic stuff just shut down. Why? Because of our electronic energies, what we have amongst ourselves. It's not just the magnetic forces. It's when you feel that tingling in your hands, that somber feeling in your head, that tingling sensation in your feet. Yeah, is when you are alive. And yes, you can build up that energy within the micro fibers and other elements, and you can build up within you, and you become a conductor. And then when you find an earthing point, there is a spark. Yes, you get the spark. Can you imagine now if you could maintain that energy force, the reactive force, for a continuous period? And that's only one of your abilities. One of your abilities. Balancing yourself physically, ensuring that you have the purity of the flow of energy forces, the meridians within your body, so that you can work and live at your optimum. At your optimum is extremely vital. It's life-saving for you, actually. Life-saving. So be mindful. Be mindful of what's happening in your bodies. How your body is actually speaking to you. Are you feeling extremely tired? Why? Figure it out. It's just probably a simple life change, right? Simple life change could be just rest, could be dehydration, right? Could be a lack of something within your food regime, or possibly overindulging in something. Hmm? Overindulging in one thing or another, right? Has these effects as well. Your body is a fine-tuned machine. Listen to all of its messages. Listen to all its messages. As we do, we go through our memory bank with our midday meditation, right? It's not only a memory bank, but it's also an inspiration bank. Because why? We are taking that time to be quiet within ourselves and to listen to ourselves. We may take it as a physical experience to physically check in on yourself. Like, ooh, there's a bit of discomfort there. Oh, right. I've got a pain in the bottom of my foot. Let me just ease it up. Let me just spend some quality time, take the shoe off and ease that little stress area there. And it might not even be at that point there. It might be, it might be something that is in the top of your foot or your leg. So what do we do? We study our anatomy to see what is happening here. Yeah, what is actually happening here? That discomfort, tightness, or spasm in the bottom of your spine, in your neck, behind your eye. You know, all these type of things there we're supposed to look at as well. Just a moment, please. All right, I'll be back in a moment. Be back in a moment. Let me just do this here. Just a moment, please. All right. Yes, yes. Hello?
Just from Ranger. You just asked them.
That's right, yes.
I'm back from the SIA.
Oh, right, yeah. I was wondering if I could defer the time, mainly because I couldn't find a carer for my mother over that period. So I did mention it to, I forgot her name now. Anyhow, I did mention it.
Heron?
Sorry?
With the name Heron?
Heron, yeah, dark haired young woman that was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mentioned it to her, and she said that the courses start every 2 weeks or something like that. Is that correct?
Yeah. So that's perfectly fine.
Oh,
You can get you on
fantastic!
another course.
Thank you.
If you want, I can give you some dates, and you can just let me know.
Okay, then if you can email me, right, and I can get back to you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed.
No problem. So have a nice day.
Okay, great.
Bye bye.
Right, I'm back again. Yeah, just some important just some important things that I had to take care of right there. So thank you, and I appreciate your allowing me to do that. Oh, I hope that you haven't lost your momentum now. Right. Yes. So as we use the process of our meditations, right, the process of the meditations is your personal journeys. To be honest, your personal journeys in the stillness, in doing yoga, right? Because that is part of what the yoga is, right? Balancing your breathing, even taking, look, we could take it from the basic. Let's take this one thing from the basic. Even if you wanted to learn how to invigorate yourself with the power of the breath. I always mention about the power of the breath. Actually, let me just give you something on the power of the breath. The power of the breath. Many of us are not taking in enough oxygen in our bodies, right? Many of us are not taking in enough oxygen in our bodies. If you want to do a little exercise, let me just give you a little exercise right here, right? Now, the breathing of the meditation is to totally relax your body, right? Whether you're standing, sitting, or laying down, right? And your breathing is not from your chest area, which many of us seem to do. When we say take a breath, everyone raise the chest up, they raise the chest up and then they let it out. Okay, so when they raise it up, they're thinking that they're bringing in the oxygen. No, no, no. While meditating in a relaxed state, right, what you're doing is you're breathing absolutely normal, absolutely normal. The only thing that you're changing is your rhythm of breathing. And the rhythm is that as you breathe in, you let your abdomen drop out. So you're breathing in your stomach. So breathe in your stomach. So let your abdomen drop out, right? And then you hold for 3 to 8 seconds if you can. And then let it out for that count of 8 as well. So you breathe in for 4 and breathe out. Breathe in for the 8. And breathe out. All right, and you do that for about 5 times. And then on the next one, when you do it, you breathe in for the 8 without forcing it. You hold your breath. Not in the part of that you're forcing it. It's that you just hold, stop, pause for 4, and then let out for 8. Right? So you just breathe in for 8, hold for 4, and let out. Right? And that is the rhythm of the breathing. So when I say the power of the breath, that is what I mean. That is what I mean. All these types of different exercises and protocols that we can do to invigorate our body, invigorate ourselves to such an extent that that there are some people, there's some people that spend thousands of pounds, thousands of their currencies just to feel like how we have just felt just by breathing and changing our rhythm of breath. Can you imagine if you put that into other protocols of your body? For instance, to say you want to cleanse. How many of us cleanse ourselves by washing our entire body, exfoliating our entire body, and then steaming our entire body, or sauna? Yeah? How many of us do that? How many of us do that? And then reverse the process of exfoliation and then washing again. Do you know that you obviously, well, you do know, because you're not stupid, you're not silly. But the skin is the biggest organ of our body. So as much as what we're worried about, what's going on inside our digestive system and everything else, if we're not looking after the organ on the outside, how can we be looking to the inside? And remember, everything has to be working and be in tune with itself at all times. How many of us are doing that as a protocol? Even if you do it once, or if you're in an environment of where like like where I was working with vehicles and various chemicals around, experimental and everything. So I used to exfoliate at least 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah. Now I do it once a week. that I schedule, if I feel that I want to, like, when you just feel a little bit, let's say, I won't say lethargic, but things are just sticky. So I do a deeper cleanse. You understand? These are the protocols that we need to be establishing for ourselves on a regular basis. When you get up in the morning, take that time for yourself. Even if you have to get up an hour earlier in the morning, take that time for yourself. You are the one that is very important right now. You are the one. Not necessarily everybody else around you. Like, for instance, we get up and we're there and we're running around after the children. We're running around after our wives, our husbands, our family. We don't even spend any quality time with our family before we give ourselves to our work. Our main focus is to, I've got to get up because I've got to get to work. Not that I got to get up because I want to see my children. I want to see my wife, my husband. Huh? When do we have that quality time for ourselves? You see? Being and living that magnificent life. It's an all around embracing thing. I do for me. Imagine now if that was reciprocated back to you by everyone around you. Can you imagine if that was reciprocated back to you by everyone around you? What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful life. That would be just the basics. That would just be the basics. Yeah. That would just be the basics. Filling ourselves with knowledge, sharing our knowledge and understanding. Just to be the basics of the development of a society. Not just for you, but for how you can be part of a society that can work for everyone. Work for everyone. 0203 289 6504. Hmm? 6504. As I say, we are live on the what we got. The Facebook isn't going right now. Thank you for that message there. I'm just seeing it right here now. Here we go. Let's see if I can get it back up. You can see. All right. Okay, then we're live on the Facebook again now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that message there. Right. So anyhow, I'm gonna be switching over to another Facebook soon, and YouTube as well, so that we'll be joined by Sister Sandra, and that will be around about 1 o'clock. So as we reach the top of the hour, we're going to our midday meditation. You can join us in the midday meditation on the galaxyofthewe.net, right? And we'll enjoy your participation in our conversation. So we're doing that, and then we're going to be going into the ancestral voices as well, right? So that'll be at the top of the hour. Right? So I want to at this stage, I would like to just send out some healing vibes, right? And it being the the recognition by the rest of the world because they're trying to catch up with us. Recognition by the rest of the world of International Women's Month. Right? We'll continue the theme. We'll continue the theme. Right? Because you know what? It's a regular thing for us. It's a regular thing for us here on the galaxy that we show appreciation for all of us out here, right? I have a good cohort. I have a good cohort of female energy around you, my brothers. Right? I have a good cohort because I'm going to say they are literally our lifesavers. If you have your mothers, your sisters, family, right? You have your friends, associates, right? In short, tell them that you appreciate them. Show them that you appreciate them. You know, show them that you appreciate them because, you know, there's many of them who said that they're neglected. And it's not so. It's not so. Unfortunately, there's many of us who don't express ourselves enough. There's many of us who don't show our appreciation enough for all those around them who has brought them through and molded their lives and in some cases saved their lives. Saved their lives. Yes. There's many of you, brothers and sisters, who have saved lives and you don't even realize it. You do not even realize it. You know? Yeah. Even for me, figuratively and literally, saved a life, save some lives, you know. But we have to show our appreciation in that way to all those that we can. Okay? So, without further ado, let's get into our midday meditations this show. The midday meditations, for those who have not participated previously, is a time that we can take for ourselves, a time that we can put everything aside and really take our own journey, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, to go through our protocols. Give it recognition. Let's give our recognition to our strengths, acknowledgement to the weaknesses, and our commitment to making the changes that we need to. So without further ado, let's go into our midday meditation this time. And with the power of our breath, let's start for the next 20 or 30 minutes or so. Let's do this. Come on. You see you. Stop hearing me now. Why, oh, why, oh, why? Why? Okay, let's see. Okay, you done. Yeah. Oh.